The showdown over freebies has intensified ahead of 2024 elections after Prime Minister Modi's scathing and repeated attacks on Congress over freebies, where he said freebies will turn Karnataka government bankrupt. Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister, has hit back at Prime Minister Modi in a series of tweets. Siddaramaiah denied any fund crunch in Karnataka, instead asked Prime Minister Modi to learn from the Karnataka model of development to help the nation. The response came on the attack of Prime Minister Modi yesterday.
जब कोई पार्टी अपने निहित स्वार्थों के लिए सरकार की तिजोरी खाली करती है तो इसका नुकसान सबसे ज्यादा राज्य के लोगों को होता है। हमारी युवा पीढ़ी के भविष्य पर सवालिया निशान लग जाता है। इससे उस पार्टी की सरकार तो बन जाती है, लेकिन लोगों का भविष्य खतरे में पड़ जाता है। हाल ये है कि कर्नाटका सरकार खुद मान रही है कि उसके पास बेंगलुरु के विकास के लिए, कर्नाटका के विकास के लिए तिजोरी खाली है, पैसे ही नहीं है। भाइयों, ये देश के लिए बहुत चिंताजनक है।
The Prime Minister had mentioned Karnataka and Rajasthan in particular, but it's also raining freebies in Telangana ahead of polls. The Chief Minister there, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, is also facing flack over the announcement that his government would start its farmers' loan waiver scheme. The announcement has drawn angry protests from the Congress and the BJP, but the BRS has defended the move, calling itself a pro-poor, pro-farmer government.
We understand he's issued a press note committing that he will waive the loan up to 1 lakh rupees. Let's see when he really waives the loan and makes the payment. Because farmers have been put down several times. They have been neglected in that state. Because he has not waived off the loan, previous loans, they are unable to take fresh loans, and that has affected them over a period of 9 years.
Telangana government is a farmer state and a farmer government. If you go back for the last 2 terms, the Telangana government has delivered miracles to the farming sector of the state. If you take back the Raitu Bandhu scheme, which happens to be the single largest cash transfer scheme in any state in the last 5 years, Telangana now also happens to be the only state which will deliver on its promise of farmer crop loan waiver. Now, that will amount to around 19,000 crores. The direction has been given. The opposition will now jump up and say this will be an election stunt, but the farmers will think something different.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's quickly open this up. RP Singh stays on. Dr. Ranganathan also. Lokesh Jindal, Sridhar Reddy, leader of the BRS. Dr. Akashdeep Puni completes the panel. We are also opening our call-in lines. We don't have much time on the show, but I really want to understand what the viewers think about this. Dr. Ranganathan, let's quickly put this in context. What's your view on the freebie model? Does it give relief or is it a roadblock to Vikas?
Yeah, so there are a couple of points here. First of all, we have to accept that every political party and every politician worth his or her salt has indulged in giving freebies. From the current Prime Minister down to any leader you can think of. So it is intensely, profoundly hypocritical of any leader to say that the other person is giving freebies, whereas you yourself have. I mean, yes, AAP has taken it to an unreal level, but BJP has also doled out freebies like crazy. I mean, we remember the Uttar Pradesh loan waiver, massive farm loan waiver. We remember free electricity in Himachal Pradesh. We remember all those schemes that were given, especially in Bengal, promised in Bengal. We remember during Nagaland elections, BJP promising free trip for senior citizens to Jerusalem if they are elected. So every political party does it. Now, what this nation has to deliberate is that where is the line drawn between a welfare state and a freebie? Because honestly, unless we deliberate that, everything would be freebie or everything would be welfare state. Now, it is my contention that a poor country like India that has done phenomenally well in the last 15 years, Pranesh, to have pulled up 415 million people from abject poverty. This is what we have done. People don't even realize this. We need welfare state. We need free education. We need free health insurance. We need support for every lower social economic strata. We need that. But are we going to call it freebie? So we need a definition, and no neta worth his or her salt is brave enough to come up with a definition. I will give you one definition. For example, when Congress itself brought in the new pension scheme and removed the old pension scheme, the election plank on which it won Himachal Pradesh was that it will junk the new pension scheme and bring the old pension scheme, and it won the elections. And you know who said it, the biggest freebie of all? Congress won. Congress leader Montague Singh Ahluwalia. He said the old pension scheme is the biggest Rewari or freebie you can think of. Congress leader being disparaging against what the Congress did. So this is what the Rewari or freebie culture is.
Right.
Unless we sit down and find out where welfare state ends and freebie begins, I'm afraid this debate is asinine.
Okay. Let's hear from our viewers. Then I'm coming to you, Mr. Reddy. Raju now joining us, our viewer from Bengaluru. Sir, you're on Times Now. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I am happy that Mr. Ranganathan has spoken correctly and to the point. I'm happy he has taken a correct stand and he speaks in a fair manner. I just want to continue his talk. My sister lives in Canada. They have got two priorities, that is schooling and health. That is, they're giving full free. You know, my sister bought a Benz car when her daughter turned 18 years. I asked her, why did you do that? She said she saved up the money of the health and the schooling. And see, we should have, what Ranganathan is saying is exactly true. Don't call that, give the right things to the people and don't call it as freebie. And we don't have to give rice and that and this and mix up everything. So
right.
I feel we need to have correct issues to be given freely and never call it a freebie.
I understand that sentiment, sir. Thank you.
Saying that we are a very poor country and
right.
we are mocking ourselves.
That's a good point. That's a good point, sir. Raju, our viewer from Bengaluru. Mr. Ravi now is on the line from Bengaluru. Sir, this is your channel. Go ahead.
Hi, Pranesh. Thank you very much and nice talking to you. I have a very, very simple definition of a difference between a freebie and a welfare scheme, right? My simple definition is, I think whatever you give below the poverty line, whether it is 5 schemes of Karnataka, whether it is central government scheme, whatever it is, if they give it below the poverty line who deserves it, then it is called as a welfare scheme. Now, 10 years back, 15 years back, 20 years back, when Congress was in government, I asked the same question. When diesel used to be subsidized, when I say Dhirubhai Ambani's daughter-in-law goes to a petrol pump and gets a 10 rupees discount, why do we call that? I mean, how do you justify that? So
excellent
you
point,
cannot have
sir.
a one stick for all, right? I mean, you will have to, whatever freebies, you call it freebies, you call it welfare scheme, whatever. I don't mind about the nomenclature, but if you are giving it to the deserved, that is called as a welfare scheme. And if you are giving it for all, just 1 second, I'll tell you, if Karnataka government gives 200 units of free current to everybody, and if it is applicable for me, if it is applicable for CM's son, CM's daughter-in-law, then that is not a welfare scheme.
Right.
That is a freebie, because everybody, the richer, a person who is earning 10 lakh rupees a month is getting 200 units free. Why should he get it? It is definitely a wrong thing to do, right? I mean, you should give it to people who deserve, who cannot pay, who cannot afford. You will have to give it to them. That is called a welfare scheme.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful thought, sir. And that is what even Dr. Ranganathan said in his opening remarks. I thank you, Mr. Ravi, for connecting and sharing your thoughts. Prakash ji is now joining us from Hyderabad. Sir, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for taking me on. And excellent debate. There is no voice for those who are paying the income tax. There's no voice for those who are having, pay. This money is being paid in hell. We pay through our nose. We don't get anything. We get clogged onto the roads. Our roads get flooded, and we don't get to in time to the office. We have power cuts. We have all these things, yet we pay. We are we are forced to pay. While I see them taking, I see a lot of people taking these freebies just, as if they are, entitled to. There should be somewhere, some cap, somewhere, some understanding from these, political leaders who are just trying to make money.
We have to be more rational. I understand that. Thank you. Thank you. Deepak now joining us from Kolkata. Sir, good evening. This is Times Now.
Good evening, sir.
Make your point,
Hello?
sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that it's both relief as well as a roadblock. It's actually temporary relief and permanent roadblock, just like painkillers.
Right.
We take painkillers just to, we think that it is curing our disease, but actually it's not.
Okay.
It's like a painkiller. Everybody likes to take it, but in the process,
it's not the solution. Well said.
It's not the solution. It's just a temporary release.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And the reason we didn't have much time on the show because R.P. Singh ji, Lokesh Jindal and Dr. Muni and Dr. Ranganathan got time to speak. Let me quickly turn to Mr. Reddy. Mr. Reddy, Congress brought guarantees in Karnataka. You've got some schemes now, this loan waiver. The Congress has a problem. Forget the BJP.
I don't know whether Congress has a problem or BJP has a problem. They should not have any problem because this is actually the welfare. This is not freebie. As Mr. Ranganathan was asking, what is a freebie? One should come out with a definition. Honorable Prime Minister was saying he never, feel bad when he waive off loans to Adani or Ambani or, dole out many sops to all corporates. But today, the 65% of the population that is dependent on agriculture, if you give them something, these people will start talking all these things basically.
Right.
In Telangana, with this crop loan waiver today, 29.61 lakhs families are getting benefited. And who are these farmers? They are having the land from 2 to 3 acres. The total, 96% of the total farmers in Telangana are...
Right. So, Mr. Reddy, what you're saying is that this is directed at only those who need it the most.
The issue here is need the most. And at the same time, the Right to Bandhu also, we are running it successfully for the past, 8 years. We have distributed 73,000 crores to the direct cash benefit transfer, which is the largest in the world. And seeing that, the central government copied it in the name of PM Kisan Samman Nidhi.
Right.
And I'm surprised to see the comments of the Honorable Prime Minister in Gujarat or in your, UP or in Karnataka.
So you're defending, justifying the scheme and you don't think this is a freebie. I'm sorry, Mr. R.P. Singh wanted to come in, but sir, samay nahi hai. I wanted to prioritize what our viewers had in their minds. Isliye we've run out of time. Please forgive me, Dr. Muni, Lokesh Jindal. I hope you don't mind. Nothing against you, but we're completely out of time on this one. Dr. Ranganathan, thanks as always. Thanks for watching, viewers.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.